The rise in COVID cases in northern New York are driving school closures. All 7 school districts in Franklin County, New York are going back to remote learning.
Channel 3's Kelly O'Brien spoke with the health department and a superintendent to see why the districts are having to make the switch.
Starting this Thursday, the Malone Central School District will move to an entire remote model instead of the hybrid model they've had since the start of the school year. Superintendent Jerry Griffin says that he'd rather do too much than too little.
How can we contribute to limiting community spread, which is the reason that we did this.
Superintendent Jerry Griffin says it's the call all districts have been preparing for. School to shut down and kids to go back to online at-home learning.
I don't know if we're ever 100% prepared, but we were more prepared this time than we were in March.
The request to close down all districts in the county came from the Franklin County Health Department after seeing a consistent spike in COVID-19 positive cases.
Really, we haven't seen this level of community spread since the pandemic began.
The health department says the county was climbing towards the yellow zone, a New York State designation that would put limited restrictions back on the county.
It was asked of school districts to consider this, not because the cases are in schools per se, but because shutting down the schools is going to decrease other methods of community spread that we've been observing.
The school district decided to keep the remote learning until at least January to avoid any additional spikes caused by holiday gatherings.
And that is the primary method of transmission that we are seeing in the county, is people from different households gathering and not wearing their masks and not staying 6 feet apart.
School officials say having kids in the class is a high priority, right after the health and safety of the students, the staff, and the community.
5-10 years from now, I don't want anyone to look back and say, well, they should have done more, or they could have done more and they didn't. I'd rather them look back and say that you did overreact and we didn't need to do that. I'll take that.
All the school districts in the county will have the option to go back to in-person learning on January 4th, right after the holidays. In Malone, Kelly O'Brien, Channel 3 News.